How is concupiscence have to do with exercise? Can exercise be considered as a redemptive power for sinfulness? So let's talk about exercise as corporal mortification. So let's borrow the teachings of St. Thomas Aquinas, for example, and he says, concupiscence is the inclination to sin that remains in us even after baptism. It is not in itself a sin, but as a consequence of original sin, creating disorder in our passions and desire. So how is this relevant? Concupiscence primarily manifests in the threshold of lust. Quote John 2:16, "For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world." Remember, in the Genesis, the fall of Adam and Eve was all from the lust of flesh, lust of the eyes, when Eve was tempted to see the apple, and the pride of life, their temptation to be wiser or even to be like God or even wiser than God. It is pride of life. This is not of the Father, but is of the world, according to St. John. Romans 7:15-25. "For I do not do what I want, but I do the very thing I hate. I find it to be a law that when I want to do right, evil lies close at hand." This was the struggle of St. Paul. Concupiscence is not itself sin, but leads to sin. According to St. Augustine, he emphasized that concupiscence remains after baptism as a trial and a means of humility. Sinfulness is a path to humility. So mortification as a remedy, and mind you, you don't have to do severe mortification. May I present exercise? Aquinas teaches that mortification, especially corporal mortification, is necessary to reorder the appetites and subject the flesh to the spirit. It is beneficial for you. Exercise heals the body and the soul. He aligns this with St. Paul, who said, "I discipline my body and keep it under control,